Hello and welcome back. Part 3 of secondaries. This time we will do a quick recap of continuation funds and then have a look at strip sales. So, those of you that have listened to part 2, you will remember we talked about continuation funds as one part, probably the most basic one, of GP-led transactions in secondaries. What we have here on the left-hand side, we have an existing fund that is likely coming to the end of its life, and a continuation fund that has been raised with a similar set of LPs. Some LPs are new, some of them have rolled over from the existing fund into the continuation fund. Most important, both funds are managed by the same GP. So, what happens in a continuation fund? What happens in a GP-led transaction? We are transferring one or two portfolio companies, or potentially more, into the continuation fund. The continuation fund, having raised fresh money from LPs, will basically transfer the cash investment proceeds to the existing fund. That leads to the following. The existing fund now can close. It has done what it was set up to do, buy and sell existing nice portfolio companies and return money to the LPs. The continuation fund now takes those assets and improves them or manages them to a successful exit. So continuation funds, as I'm recording this right now, it's a very large conversation point in both private equity, buyout, and venture capital funds. Now, those direct secondary GP-led transactions can also be done as what we call so nicely a strip sale. Now, here you have a PE fund, a limited partnership. We have various portfolio companies. For simplicity, we're keeping the number of portfolio companies to 3. As you can see, the private equity fund wants to retain an equity stake, but release some of the equity in its portfolio companies to a new buyer. So, the GP will sell direct equity stakes, and by that I mean shares, in a portfolio company that is still held by the fund and will continue to be managed by that fund. So this can be all or part of multiple companies in a fund. It can be a single company in the fund. Historically, we've talked about spin-outs and buy-ins around that, but what we're looking at, what we're seeing more and more, is portfolios, meaning stakes in multiple portfolio companies being sold to new buyers. Obviously, what that does, it leads to a return of funds to the existing LPs in the fund, so it adds liquidity. It also helps tail-end secondary transactions, as we call them, that are specific of a direct secondary executed when a GP is looking to liquidate remaining positions in and wind down a fund. So, we've now basically talked about LP-leds, GP-led secondaries. We had 2 different types of transactions there. And in the next part, we will basically move to the other side of the table and say, what actually does this do for investors? Why are secondaries potentially such an interesting tool for investors to start building private capital portfolios? Thanks very much for listening. If you liked it, please click below and subscribe.